Hey girlfriends, welcome back to my channel. It's Jazz and I am a blonde. I'm super excited about this video because I have been contemplating on going back to blonde for a very long time. So let's get into it. To prep my hair for color, 2 days before, I shampooed and deep conditioned my hair and allowed it to dry in these Bantu knots. I decided not to apply a leave-in conditioner because my hair is so fine, I didn't want it to clog my cuticles. Just so you can see what I'm fully working with, my hair naturally is like a dusty sandy brown, and the color that I had a year ago was a ash brown base with highlights throughout. So this is what I'm starting with, and I always get nervous when I allow my hair to grow out this far because it's like, what do I do with these roots? So I wanted to keep the dimension that I previously had because I'd never had highlights, and I wanted to use all three blondes in the Argan Oil Exotic Shine color line by Creme of Nature. I used the ginger blonde, honey blonde, and the light golden blonde. The honey blonde is going to be used on my roots as a base, and then I'm going to go in with the ginger blonde and the light golden blonde to give this color a lot more dimension that I'm looking for. So each box comes with the following: a full set of directions with gloves, the cream color developer, the cream gel hair color, the intensive conditioning treatment packet, and also the argan treatment. And the two lighter colors come with the high lift booster. The honey blonde does not have the high lift booster. So follow directions fully and make sure you are doing the correct steps. So for the colors with the booster packet, you first put in the cream color developer and then you add the high lift booster powder. You mix those two together and then you follow up with the cream gel hair color and you mix all that in together. Now, we're doing this in bowls just because we feel like it's an easier application process. You don't have to use these bowls. You can use the bottles that it comes with that I showed you in the previous clip, but it's completely up to you. We used this method when I did the red color. If you remember, or if you haven't seen that video, I used Creme of Nature color to achieve my red color. To achieve the ginger color, I mixed red and blonde. So I kind of wanted to go back to using the bowls just because that's what I was familiar with. I got great results, but like I said, it's totally up to you. I'm sure you're gonna get the same results either way. So I decided to have an extra set of hands like I did last time because I just wanted to, for the sake of the video, make sure we're getting great application, and I wanted you to see each step without me not getting the correct angles for you. So we're starting off with the honey blonde, like I mentioned before, at the roots. So we're gonna start off, and we're gonna alternate from the front to back to make sure you get even applications. One side isn't coloring faster than the other. So we're pulling that honey blonde through my roots, working quickly because my hair it's normally colors pretty fast because my hair is fine and it's already a sandy color. In the past, I've known my hair to always start coloring quickly. So we're going to work pretty fast through this, starting with the roots on the honey blonde. We're going to do all 4 sections with the roots first, and then we're going to come back in with the other color. We split my hair into 4 sections, but depending on how long or thick your hair is, you might want to do smaller sections. It's totally up to you. My hair is a little finer, and so we used 4 sections. You definitely want to use at least 4 sections when doing this because I feel like you get better application and you make sure you got all your strands covered. You don't want to miss any spots. So we did 4 sections. But if you have thicker hair and you want to make sure you get through this quickly, if it's better for you to do smaller sections, maybe split your hair into 6. That might be easier for you, but to me this seemed pretty easy. This is definitely something I will be able to do next time myself when touching up my roots. I just wanted, for the video purposes, to make sure that I give you great application process, so I use the extra set of hands. So you want to work really quickly because, like I said, for myself, my hair starts to change pretty quickly, and so you don't want to end up with hot roots or leaving the color on for too long, because if it takes you too long, your hair is only going to color up to a certain amount, but you don't want to implement any unnecessary damage by taking too long on the coloring process. So I'm showing you here again where we are doing the roots with the honey blonde, doing small sections, going line by line, and as she's flipping each piece over, she's doing that side and the next new section. So you apply the color, part, flip it over, do the other side, and then start on the next piece with the root, and then section, flip, paint. Same repetitive process, and you're gonna work really quickly. I know this video is sped up, but she was working really fast. I like the look of having dark roots and lighter color, but when my roots grow out, it's always this big, huge contrast. So I chose the honey blonde because it was the darker of the three blondes, and so I wanted to just lift my roots to a nice honey blonde without really taking away too much of the color. It's obviously going to be a lot lighter than my natural color, but I wanted it to be a subtle change from the blondes to the lighter blondes. So I decided to choose the honey blonde. But if you wanted to use one of the lighter colors and say you just wanted to use two blondes, you could always use the ginger blonde and then go in with the light golden blonde as your other color. But for me, because I already had highlights in my hair, so I figured I could complement those by doing dark roots and then having lighter highlights throughout. As you can see, we are alternating from front to back. So we started in the back and we went across to the front, and then now we are at the back again, still doing the roots. And like I said, if you need to do smaller sections so you can get through this fast, I would definitely recommend it because you don't want uneven color. So we are whipping through these roots, and then we're going to get into adding the other colors. So we've done 3 sections, you kind of get the idea. So now I'm going to skip ahead to the next 2 colors. Now this is where we're going to go in with the ginger blonde and the light golden blonde. We're going back to one of the sections in the back of my head, and we're going to just alternate between the light golden blonde and the ginger blonde, combing through all the way to the ends. Now this is where she's going to come out with a comb and comb that color through to make sure you get even application. So after you paint the section with the color, you're then going to go follow up later with the comb, and we're going to comb all that through. So she's alternating in between the light golden blonde and the ginger blonde. And there's no magical recipe to this. You just want to alternate with the pieces to have different colors. And so you'll have that dimension that I'm looking for when we finish. So she's combing that color through, making sure it's all even. Now this is a step that you really want to make sure you do to make sure you don't have any spots that you miss, because this is how it can happen, especially in the back of your head. So you want to do each color, alternate. If you have to stop and detangle like she's doing there, feel free to do so, because you want to make sure you work through this color quickly to make sure you have all the color evenly distributed without having to go on for 2 hours. So she is alternating between the 2 colors, like I said, and then she's going back in with the comb once she finishes the section to comb the color through, as you can see there. So a lot of times when you use multiple color, or if someone's getting highlights, they use foil. So I wanted to show you the difference between using foil and not using foil, and you'll see we're going to get the same results. So I don't want you to feel like you necessarily need to use foil pieces when you're using multiple colors, because I wanted to get dimension. So there's really no exact spot for the color, but I wanted to show that you can use foil if that's easier for you, or if that's a step that you feel more comfortable with. So I just wanted to show you that you can get the same results if it's less messy for you to use foil. It's totally up to you, but I did want to show that step because I feel like a lot of people feel like they have to use foil or they're not doing it right. So I did want to show you that, just to have that extra step in there if you feel like you wanted to have a more neater application process, because you know, see my hair is on my shirt and the color is probably on my shirt, but I didn't mind that as much. But this is a neater way to apply the color by using the foil pieces throughout. We're finishing up the back of my head, and as you can see, my roots are turning pretty quickly. So we're going to finish up the front of my head to get this color done, and then I'm going to go into the next clip with the completed color before I wash it out. I wanted to come in so you can see extra close how that honey blonde really lifted my hair color even without having the booster pack. So if you're concerned about how light the honey blonde gets, that's a true testament that it will lift darker colors. When you're coloring your hair, you're not necessarily causing damage, but you are altering your cuticle. So that's one thing I love about the Creme of Nature Argan Oil line, is that Argan Oil not only replenishes moisture to your hair, it's also great for preventing damage. So I'm using the Plex Breakage Defense shampoo to shampoo my hair after rinsing out the color, and then I'm following up with the intense conditioning treatment that comes in the color box, as well as the strengthening milk mask that I had on hand, which is a deep treatment that I love. So I'm using that, just give it extra boost of protection and, refreshing your hair, getting your curls back popping. And as you can see, my curls are left intact after coloring my hair, even using a high lift booster packet. So we all know I love a good deep treatment process. So this is my hair with the conditioner on it, and I leave that on for a good 30 minutes, and then I rinse it out, and I am left with beautiful color. I was so happy with this color, you guys. I was super nervous, and you see my curls look like I just washed my hair and rinsed it out. But as you can see, all the colors that are in this, I was very pleased with the dimension I received using all three of these blondes. My roots are the nice warm honey blondes, and then I have the ginger and the light golden blonde throughout, giving it lovely dimension that I wanted. One thing I know about blonde color is that it will look different in different lighting. So I wanted to show you how my color looked in natural lighting and showing you the different colors, how they blend so nicely. I was very pleased that I was able to achieve this color at home. I will definitely be doing this again when it's time to touch up my roots. I love how soft and moisturized my hair still feels after lifting it to this blonde color. The argan oil in these products have really implemented the moisture back into my hair, and I'm left with strong, beautiful curls. So if you've ever been nervous about coloring your hair at home, you should definitely give Creme of Nature a try, and comment down below if you have any further questions. I'm always willing to help, and let me know if you like my new color. Is it too much? Is it just right? And as always, thanks for watching.